When two shooting stars collide, Stephen Curry's admiration for Caitlin Clark. Let's start with this. Imagine you've got Stephen Curry, the king of draining impossibly distant threes, giving a nod to a budding legend in the women's basketball world, Caitlin Clark. That's not just any casual thumbs up. It's a seismic endorsement that says, you're doing something special. Both of these players have a knack for leaving defenders in disbelief with a flick of the wrist from well beyond the arc, and their paths crossing in admiration is nothing short of electrifying for basketball fans everywhere. Now, Curry's game needs no introduction. He's revolutionized the way basketball is played, inspiring countless hoop dreamers to practice their range. Caitlin Clark, on the other hand, has been making waves in the NCAA with her uncanny ability to score from anywhere on the court. But it's more than just statistics and shooting drills that link these two phenoms. It's the palpable impact their mutual respect has on propelling women's basketball into the limelight. Think about it. When a player of Curry's stature openly appreciates Clark's growing prowess,
her range, her three-point shooting overall, her flair for testing her range every night and knowing that the other team's going to try to take it away. And she's fearless. No shot is a bad shot, and when you can shoot it as well as she can. She just adds another element of surprise that you can't really game plan for because it's so kind of just unseen. And once she crosses half court, she's within her range. It's always a threat. Biggest thing is how she balances that and her playmaking ability to get everybody else involved.
It's bound to turn heads. It sends a message that talent transcends gender, accolades, and league boundaries. Their relationship isn't just about acknowledging skills. It's about inspiring an entire generation of ballers, regardless of gender, to aim higher and shoot further. So, buckle up. This is a tale where admiration meets inspiration, set to the sweet swish of net. Comparison between Caitlin Clark and Steph Curry. When you think about basketball sharpshooters, Steph Curry's name undoubtedly leads the charge. But recently, Caitlin Clark has crash-landed into the conversation with her flamethrower-like three-point shooting, igniting both courts and conversations. Comparing these two phenoms is like juxtaposing two cosmic stars, both dazzling in their own rights, yet complementary in the grand narrative of basketball excellence. Shooting prowess. Let's face it, both Curry and Clark are architects when it comes to creating space behind the arc. Curry's three-point shooting is something of a legend, as he pretty much invented the modern NBA's obsession with the long-range shot. Clark, however, is making her own waves in the women's game, effortlessly pulling up from way downtown with a level of confidence that can only be described as audacious. Imagine the hardwood turning into an interstellar battlefield, where long-range missiles decide the fate of empires. Scandalous? Maybe. Entertaining? Absolutely. Playing styles. Beyond their circus-like shooting abilities, there's an intriguing mirror effect happening in their playing styles. Steph's court vision is akin to that of a wizard, conjuring assists from thin air, while Clark's playmaking is breaking conventional molds, making her an all-around threat on the court. Both players demonstrate a natural flair and uncanny awareness, always a step ahead, like elite chess grandmasters plotting multiple moves in advance. Still, this parallel draws inevitable controversy. Critics argue that it's unfair to compare across genders and leagues. But maybe, just maybe, what we're witnessing here isn't just a matter of who shoots better or who racks up more assists. It's about a shared narrative, rewriting the rules, raising the stakes, and pushing the boundaries of what's possible in basketball. Steph Curry's appreciation for Caitlin Clark. Inspiration acknowledged. When it comes to basketball, Stephen Curry is a titan. His name is synonymous with dazzling ball handling and unparalleled three-point shooting. But even titans have their heroes, and for Curry, one of those rising stars is none other than Caitlin Clark. It's been a joyride watching Curry publicly shower Clark with praise. On numerous occasions, he's lauded her for not only her phenomenal skill set, but also her relentless dedication to the game. Curry has made it no secret that he sees something extraordinary in Clark, a blend of tenacity, flair, and that indefinable it factor that only the greatest possess. In interviews, Curry has spoken about how Clark's determination reminds him of his early days, those countless hours spent perfecting his craft while nurturing that burning passion for the sport. It's inspiring to see someone so young play with that much heart, Curry once remarked. The sincerity in his words makes it clear he recognizes a kindred spirit in Clark. And let's be real, when a player of Curry's caliber takes notice, you know you're doing something exceptional. Records broken. One can only imagine the pride in Curry's voice when he talks about Clark breaking NCAA Division I scoring records. Let's indulge in a bit of friendly scandal here. Rumor has it that Curry sees a bit of himself in Clark's fearless style on the court. She's shattered records with the same reckless abandon that Curry demonstrated when he revolutionized the NBA's approach to three-point shooting. Clark's record-breaking feats aren't just numbers, they're statements. Statements that echo Curry's early aspirations and the relentless pursuit of greatness that he embodies. Now brace yourselves for some juicy insight. The buzz is that Curry often marvels at her game highlights. He's been seen sharing clips of her legendary performances on social media, accompanied by enthusiasm-laden captions. You could almost say he's become her unofficial hype man. In one memorable Twitter exchange, Curry wrote, "The future of basketball is in great hands. Keep breaking those records, Caitlin." And with every retweet and like, their bond strengthens, inspiring a new generation of hoopers to aim high in both men's and women's basketball. There's something exceptionally heartwarming, and dare we say, game-changing, about seeing one basketball great support another. Through his appreciation of Caitlin Clark, Stephen Curry isn't just giving her a nod of approval, he's passing the torch. And for fans and aspiring players alike, this mutual admiration society is nothing short of inspirational. Caitlin Clark's stellar achievements. Milestone moments. When it comes to lighting up the court, Caitlin Clark doesn't just show up, she sets the entire place ablaze. Picture this: a young prodigy from Iowa, routinely dropping 30-point games like it's just another day at the office. Her record-breaking escapades have turned the world of college basketball on its head. Remember that jaw-dropping moment when Clark outshined everyone to stamp her name in the NCAA Division I history books? She didn't merely break records, she incinerated them with a fiery determination that left the competition in the dust. And let's dive a bit deeper. How about that game against Michigan where she, almost single-handedly, tore apart one of the toughest defenses in women's college basketball? Dropping triple-doubles like confetti, her performances have been nothing short of mesmerizing. The Clark effect is real, folks, and it's transforming the narrative around what's possible in women's basketball. Could it get any more scandalous than that? Well, brace yourselves for the next chapter. Future prospects. As Clark continues to make waves, the buzz around her potential transition to the WNBA is electric. Scouts and analysts can't stop speculating on her future impact on the league. Will she revolutionize the game in the same way Stephen Curry redefined the NBA with his unparalleled shooting range? You bet she's got the potential. With her eyes locked on future feats, Caitlin Clark is not just playing the game, she's molding it to her aspirations. Imagining her alongside WNBA titans sends shivers down the spine. The sheer thought of Clark stepping onto that professional court, armed with her audacious skill set, is enough to send any basketball fan into a tizzy. And let's not ignore the whispers, possibly scandalous, of big brand endorsements and crossovers with NBA stars. Clark's journey from record breaker to potential WNBA legend is the next big chapter in this exhilarating tale. So, keep your eyes peeled and your popcorn ready, because Caitlin Clark isn't just aiming for the stars. She's on a determined trajectory to become one herself. Potential collaborative ventures. Picture this: Stephen Curry and Caitlin Clark, side by side, crafting magic on the court with their unparalleled precision and shooting finesse. It's no wonder that the basketball world is abuzz with rumors and speculations about potential collaborations between these two titans of the game. The shared admiration between Curry and Clark has fans dreaming of what could be, a partnership that encapsulates the synergy of men's and women's basketball, breaking down barriers and setting the stage for a revolutionary blend of talent. Partnership speculations. The idea of Curry and Clark working together isn't just a fanciful notion drawn from fan fiction. It stems from real conversations and visible camaraderie. Both have shown immense respect for each other's skills, often singing praises that echo beyond interviews and into their social media shoutouts. Imagine the possibilities: a joint three-point contest for charity, a co-branded training camp, or even a friendly exhibition match bridging the NBA and WNBA. The chatter around these potential partnerships teases some truly intriguing possibilities, turning the collective anticipation dial up several notches. Growing integration of men's and women's basketball. While separate leagues have long defined men's and women's basketball, the lines are deliciously beginning to blur, thanks in part to trailblazers like Clark and Curry. Initiatives targeting youth basketball, mixed gender clinics, and even international exhibitions are burgeoning, showcasing a blend of talent irrespective of gender boundaries. It's a transformation that speaks volumes about the evolving landscape of the sport, nudging it towards a future where collaboration is the norm rather than the exception. Imagine a basketball universe where Steph's pinpoint shooting drills are complemented by Caitlin's strategic playmaking workshops. Together, they'd be a dynamic duo of inspiration, propelling both male and female athletes to new heights. This growing integration isn't just about coexistence. It's about creating a vibrant, unified community that celebrates excellence in all its forms. As we stand on the brink of this exciting new frontier, one can only speculate and dream about the transformative impact these collaborations might have. The fusion of Curry's wizardry and Clark's prowess holds the promise of not just electrifying performances, but also of a paradigm shift in how we perceive and celebrate the game of basketball. Closing thoughts on Curry and Clark. Mutual respect. When it comes to mutual respect, Stephen Curry and Caitlin Clark clearly set the bar high. Curry hasn't shied away from showering praise on Clark, noting her unmatched dedication, skill, and potential to revolutionize the game. In return, Clark has often spoken about how Curry's style of play and resilience have inspired her own approach on the court. Their public displays of respect send a compelling message about the importance of mutual admiration in the competitive world of sports. It's a narrative that's almost poetic. One basketball titan acknowledging the rise of another, bridging gaps across leagues and genders. Empowering future generations. Imagine being a young basketball player and seeing your idols not only succeed, but also support each other so openly. Curry and Clark's interactions go beyond simple acknowledgement. They create a powerful role model dynamic. By celebrating each other's successes, they invite upcoming talent to dream bigger and work harder. This isn't just about individual accolades, but about fostering a community where hard work, talent, and mutual support shine bright. Together, they're showing young athletes that the court is a place where anyone, regardless of gender, can make their mark and be celebrated for it. Call to action. So what does this mean for us, the fans and aspiring athletes? For starters, it's a wake-up call to stay engaged and supportive. Whether it's tuning into a women's college basketball game, mentoring local youth players, or simply celebrating milestones on social media, our involvement makes a difference. Let's keep the conversation going. Let's keep the stands full, and let's keep pushing for the recognition that players like Caitlin Clark deserve. Their stories are far from over, and with our support, the future of basketball, both men's and women's, looks incredibly bright. In essence, the tale of Stephen Curry and Caitlin Clark is one of appreciation fueling inspiration. By supporting each other, they are not just enriching their own careers, but laying the groundwork for a more inclusive and supportive basketball community. Now, it's up to us to carry that torch forward. So, gear up, fans. A thrilling chapter of basketball history is unfolding, and you're invited to be a part of it. In a world where competition often divides, the mutual admiration between Stephen Curry and Caitlin Clark stands as a refreshing testament to the power of sportsmanship and inspiration. Their story isn't just about gaudy statistics or rainbow-like three-pointers. It's a deeper narrative of mutual respect and recognition that transcends gender and league barriers. We've seen Curry publicly acknowledge Clark's relentless dedication and mind-boggling skills. In return, Clark has embraced those accolades, not as an endowment, but as a stepping stone to further greatness. What makes this relationship so compelling is that it underscores a broader, more inclusive vision for the future of basketball, one where talent and grit are celebrated regardless of where they come from. The potential collaborations and partnerships hinted at between Curry and Clark open up a myriad of exciting possibilities, not just for fans, but for the sport as a whole. Imagine clinics, co-branded events, or even training sessions designed to bridge the gap between men's and women's basketball, all while creating a platform for young, aspiring athletes. Ultimately, Curry and Clark's dynamic shows us that the arc isn't just about the shots they take, but also about the paths they inspire others to follow. While we may not know every twist and turn that lies ahead, one thing is certain. The mutual appreciation and ongoing dialogue between these two basketball phenoms are shaping a richer, more interconnected future for the sport. So, keep your eyes peeled, because this story is just beginning, and the next chapters promise to be nothing short of extraordinary.